It's a segmented bowl. I bought a book and a video from Bill Candler in California, and he showed how to make this diamond stuff. So I started out making that, and then I had to make the bowl to fit it. It ended up a whole lot bigger than I anticipated, because this is 10 inches in diameter. And this one, I just did this with a piece of olive that Terry gave me. Just tried to keep it a natural edge.
Nice job.
That's it. Thank you.
How long did it take? How many hours you put together?
The big one?
Yeah.
I don't know, probably close to a week.
You know what's amazing about Don is he took my class.
Yeah. This year's class.
This year's class, yes, amazing how.
He's putting us to shape. We got some box elder here. Who we got?
That's something that my son made. He comes home at Christmas time and always has a project he wants to do in Dad's wood shop.
This one? Yeah. So he did this at school in the wood shop. That's cool.
Yeah. That's Dick Childers.
This one isn't as colorful as that, box elder, just a little bowl, and that's the word mosaic.
Well, we got, unless somebody's cheating, Del or Mel.
Yeah, I just cheated. Got a glass jar that I like, so I made a lid for it. It's some inlay off center with some box elder, Purdue maple. And I guess that's box elder. Yeah. A little bit of Osage orange, a little bit of zebra wood.
And where's your pens? You were so proud of last month.
Well, I got 4 for the military and 1 I made myself.
What's this?
Yeah,
Nice.
I made 24 of these now. They seem to be
Okay.
selling off fast.
We're going driving. Driving Miss Daisy.
Technically, this is probably not a turning project. It was done on the lathe, but it wasn't running. That was the fixture, if you will. So if anybody really wants to know how to go about doing something like that, since this isn't really a turning project, I won't go into it, but there's a lot of screwing around and
I want one for
fixture.
my car.
Fixture. This is for a 44 two-end Ford tractor. And the only reason I made it is because the plastic all busted off the other one. I was too cheap to spend $50 on a repro.
These are the pens that I made. Rather proud of these two. I actually poured the acrylic. My first attempt at pouring acrylic. I don't know if anybody else has done that, but I bought the acrylic and got some 3/4 inch pipe and or plastic pipe and made the forms, and I actually poured the acrylic and then made them. And I think they turned out really good. The other ones are just the bolt pens with the camouflage. I bought the camouflage acrylic for those. These also I poured and then turned. So my first attempt, the only one that I saw some flaws, and I got some bubbles in this one. I don't know why the other ones didn't. Maybe if I put my glasses on, I'd probably see more bubbles. But anyway, it's the clear acrylic, and then it has, God, I was going to remember the name of it. It's, well, it's the coloring, and it's God, I can't remember the name of it.
Perlite?
Thank you. Thank you. So it's gold perlite, and then white perlite, and then, of course, this was copper. And so I mixed it together. And these forms was actually 1.5 inch plastic pipe that I plugged the bottom and then poured it in and then stirred it up a little bit and then put it in my kiln, and it was hard and dry by the next day.
Where are you getting the acrylic at?
I got it online. The only thing I can tell you, it's U.S. compotes or composites or U.S. Ask me later. I'll send you an email with it. I don't remember, but I did buy it online. They do sell it at Michael's. I think it's the same stuff, but I'm not sure. What I got was Formula 41, kind of like Formula 09 for drinking, but or 07. But it's Formula 41. It worked good. It's 10 drops per ounce of acrylic, and it made it good and hard. They didn't seem to chip, that much, and they buffed up nicely. So if you want to know more about pouring, let me know, and I'll let you know where I got it. The other thing that I made was this. Most of you guys probably won't use it, but it's for the ladies that wear the dangly earrings. That's what the little holes are for. They can hook their earrings on there, and also there's a place for rings. So it's kind of like a lidded box with an added feature of hanging their earrings. And this is Corian countertop surface. Okay, Boz?
Yeah. Roland, do you mind if I pass this around?
No, go right ahead.
Okay, everybody, you can look at it. It's kind of a fun memento from the first year that the club was going, and make sure that it gets back to Roland, okay? So, this is just a hollow vessel of mulberry burl that I like, and it's a form that I really like to do. It's moderately difficult to do, but it's just a form that I like. I think David Ellsworth was the first one that made this form popular a number of years ago, and it does require having a special hollowing tool to do it, but that's it. Nothing special beyond that.
Now, was this a log? I mean, was this the pith?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you actually took the pith out?
Yeah, the pith was outside of.
Was outside of this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it did not.
Because I've seen
have
some
pith.
hollow forms that, they actually cut the pith out, and they use it
Sure.
that way. But I was-
Yeah, and you can do that. Generally, you have to super glue the pith to stabilize it enough. And you can see places in this where it did work on cracking, and I had to do some epoxy filler on it. But it's very stable now. So,
Nice job. Okay, we got a bowl? Put my glasses on, I could probably read it.
Roger, who?
Yeah, really.
This was, I had a bunch of bur oak, and I roughed out like 18 pieces of it. And I think I got 4 of them that cracked, but I've had some trouble drying it out. And this one, I thought, I couldn't wait to turn it any longer, but this was a poured out piece. But you can see it was still wet. See the rim? So it was just under 20% moisture.
Got character.
But I kind of like, I always shied away from old, but I kind of like this stuff. Turning it's not too bad once it's dry. And then I turned the little box. This is Jamaican dogleg. It's a little different.
Good job. All right, we got a bowl rolling. He's been pen making too.
I tried something different. Anybody ever tried turning corn cobs? With corn cobs. It works great.
Stabilize it?
What?
Yeah, you stabilize
Well, when you get it, you got one, where the core is, you drill it out just like a normal one, and you pour down thin CA glue, not that hard, the rest of it's a piece of cake. After you get through the real fuzzy stuff, it's hard. I couldn't believe how hard, but I'll tell you a secret, the best way to turn it was skew. Go, instead of using the regular carbide or whatever. And I've got 3 of them here that just all turned out. One other thing, anybody ever tried to do inlays?
Yeah, Dave does it.
Dave does them, yeah.
That's right, I got 3 of them in here.
What is it?
Inlays.
Inlays. You cut it to 20, those are cut at 20-degree angle. Would you believe I spent over a day doing that one pen?
We'll talk to Dave, his wife took about 2 weeks or something to put an eagle. Do you have one of those pens with you? Bring one next month so we can show one of those.
Here's another one. I spent 2 days doing that one.
That's because you don't have anything else to do.
I would, it would be a moneymaker, I'll tell you that. I got 3 more in here. You can pass it around if you want.
Here, what do you got here? Roll it.
But, oh, that's just Catalpa, Catalpa platter. Anyway, I like to try something different.
Okay, we got a lidded pot here. It's like a bean pot.
Bean pot?
A beano pot.
All right, this is I guess you call it a lidded bowl. The bowl itself is made out of box elder, and this is a piece that I had sitting on a shelf for 7 years. So I knew it was stable. I'm sick and tired of having everything crack and warp and everything else. So this was really nice. I started out, was in the lathe this way between centers, and I got all the bottom work on it first. Now this was actually round all the way around, and then I went inside and hollowed out this area in here. And I used the Sorby, hollowing tools, the littler ones, That's about the only thing I could think of that would get inside there. There's no other way to get in it. And then and I put a foot on this so that I could mount it in the chuck to turn the inside. Well, then afterwards, with the bandsaw, I cut these off this way. I was really tentative about that because I wasn't sure how it was going to come out. But it came out just perfect. I couldn't believe how easy it was to do. And then after that, it was just a matter of making sure that everything was sanded, which wasn't always easy. This is a piece of koa. And it's had special meaning because my wife and I went to Hawaii in November, and I had 6 pieces of koa shipped back. It cost me more to ship it than to buy the wood.
Yeah.
All right, but at least it's something different. And the bottom of the feet actually have little pieces of koa also. So that was
Nice job. All right, we got a wheat pot. A wheat pot?
Once you're cleaned up.
The natural
Hey guys,
edge,
pay attention.
natural edge bud base, drilled out the center for the
You want some
the tube to put in there. I found some online. We found some oil light kits. You can actually put a wick and put that in oil and make it a oil light if you wanted to. It's hickory from my backyard. Few pens that I'd done. Small bowl. This is the only second time I've tried outwardly flowing form. Yeah, and I was actually really nervous about turning this because this is a piece of light cedar firewood from a friend of ours, in front of his house. That I stole one when we were over there camping one day. Figured I could send it back to him at some point, but a lot less material there when they get it back. So, and this is I'm not sure what type of wood this is. But it's a wine bottle stopper. We call it a Toby top. I don't really remember why, but it's actually fits over the top of the wine bottle instead of sticking above it, so that it's easier to fit it back in your refrigerator. But that's what I've done. So.
Good job. Round of applause for all the